Imagine this, you've made new plans, you're super excited, you're going to sell your house, capture that equity, move on to the next phase of your life, closer to work, closer to family, and you think you've got your house price perfectly, except that it just sits and sits and sits in the market. In this episode of Todd Talks, we're going to discuss the sales to list price ratio. It's an important metric that most realtors actually don't show you when you go to list your property. They typically will show you comps and say, this is where others are listed and they're sold recently. These are the ones most like yours. This is about where we need to be. But what you want to do is you want to take it another step further. The sales to list price is the actual percent of the list price that properties actually have sold for currently in your neighborhood. I want to give you an example of what that looks like. So I get this once a month from one of my title companies, and it gives us key data. So sales price as a percent of list price. So this was, let's see, was this Prosper 2024 versus 2025? Okay, so let's look at. So in 2024, we got 95% in this price point from 301 to 400. That's what Prosper doesn't have a lot of houses in that price point. Now it's doing really well. So it shows that in that price point, people are getting pretty much asking price. But if you look at the rest of them, it's 98.4, 97.5, 97.8. What does that mean? That means that on average, the average home is getting around 3% less than their list price. So the mistake people make is they don't look at that ratio and they don't look at the data, and we all tend to do this. Well, my house is better than that guy's that just sold, or my neighbor's, because of X, Y, and Z. And I'd feel that way. I can tell you right now, like, why my house is better than my neighbor's house. And my neighbor can do the same thing to me too. Everyone feels that way. But the thing about it is that we're trying to sell your house. So from a market point of view, when days of market are long, it's taking longer to sell. The price is key. So you want to look at that sales to list price, because it indicates, are we in a more of a buyer's market? Are we in a slowing down market? Or are we in a hot market? If we see that everything is selling at 100% or above, that's a hot market. You can probably be more aggressive on your pricing. And same on the buy side. If you see everything is like 100% or more, you're probably in a multiple offer situation and need to customize your mortgage plan on that. Now, but at 97%, in many cases it's 96 and 95% of list price, you are in more of a buyer's market. And that means that you have to price your listing, I would do 1% below the average. Very few people will tell you that. Maybe even 2% below the average. And here's why. You will enter the marketplace, and when they show you all those other comps, you'll be the best price. And so anyone searching in that area, their eyes are going to immediately go to your house, and you're going to have the best option going in and get a chance for a quick sale at a better price. You might even get multiple offers that way and really maximize the sales price of that house. And same thing is when you go to buy a house, you want to look at this list to sales ratio to see how much maneuverability do I really have. You know, if sellers are taking 3-4% off the sales price, okay, that's what I can expect to get as a concession that I can either use to lower the price, or what I like to do is use it to buy for a financing package to lower your interest rate. So, hope you found this helpful. Make sure you're looking at that metric. That's a key metric for you when you're going to list your house and even to buy. Reach out to me. I will build you a great mortgage plan, and I hope you have a great day.